Guys, we're starting another painting because we're on a weekend lockdown here. This is a photo that I took this summer, and we're going to add some other things to it. So I have about 4 yellows, I have 3 reds, which one of them is a brown, and I have some purple for the shadows, and I've got a couple of greens and a couple of blues. We're just adding sky. And I'm using ultramarine blue of this field, right? So it's a darker color, and I've grayed down the green by mixing it with a complementary color, which is a red or a reddish brown. And I did add a bit of purple and a bit of blue and some mountains in here. It's very soft. And my student is doing the same thing. So I've added some of these far distant background fields. Now this always happens to me. They're a little bit darker and closer than I want. I enlighten them up a bit, and I started to think about where I want my center of interest in the foreground. You saw I've drawn in my stems of my sunflowers here, and she's doing the same. So this is not an easy painting to do. And everybody loves sunflowers, and they think, oh yeah, I can do that. But we'll talk about some of the mistakes here. One thing is you've got to have a good small brush. Yep, there's a million sunflowers in this painting here, and some of the photos we looked at have that. So there's a lot of detail, I can say. I might go back and even get rid of some of them. This is... who wants to become an anonymous painter. The anonymous student of mine, let me just, oh, it looks pretty good. You're a pretty good painter, then you can figure it out. And you could really learn a lot from watching an artist paint. You know, she watched me and I showed her, here's the tips, here's what you can do. And so guess what? You too can learn to paint. Painters, and here's the other painters. Yep, they look similar, don't they? Because the instructor showed the student how to do it, but they're both pretty good. It's a Tuscany scene. It looks like it, but you know, there's a lot of scenes in Turkey just like this. This is from a photo that I took earlier in the spring, and thank God we finished this painting in a couple hours. So that's the last part there. You sign your name. It looks like a lot of blobs of color, but when you back out from it, you can see that it's a painting. And I decided to add these little houses in the distance here, which gives a little life to this painting. And that's the final